It doesn't matter. And my glucose is 98. That's what that alarm was. Let's see who's in here. Susie's on the way. There's Paul McCarthy. There's Lori. There's Whip. And there's Joel. Davo. Uh, Dennis Christensen. Caleb Shirley. Keeping the time. Somebody needs to do that because Patrick's not here. Wonder where Patrick's at tonight, Dragon Lair.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a bit. Uh-oh. I got an echo.
And Larry D. Jew.
Hello. Yep. Hey, Denny.
And you know who else I haven't seen is Mike. Mike. What's his name? Grumpy Mike, he used to be.
Oh, it's just Mike, but it's got like aquariums and reptiles, or reptiles and aquariums, or
yeah.
Right?
I haven't seen him either. He actually be on the reptiles with us. He was one of the founders of that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I need to reach out to him. Maybe I do. But Susie's having some trouble getting here. So look at my shirt, guys. Isn't that cool?
That's a one of one right there. Hey, Mike. Mike Long.
Hey, Long family. And I'm sitting in the dark because I've got I think a breaker that's going out. I can't imagine with all the heaters and mats and lights and all that stuff why I would do that, but love the shirt. I know it. I said something about I like it. I wish I had it, and he sent it to me, and I've never paid him for it either. I think about that when I think about that I haven't paid him.
Nobody has paid for him except for Killer Kitty is the only one that's actually, I think, the only person that's ever actually purchased one of my shirts, other than at the Clash when Susie was selling them. People bought them there. But those weren't, no, I can't even say that. I was going to say those weren't using copywritten material. See, like the little guy, the little thing that I use for me, that's I just blatantly stole that right off of Facebook. So,
that thing?
Yeah, when you can create your own avatar?
Yeah.
So I just took my avatar and put it on a different background.
Well, I found out, I just stumbled across it, that my avatar, my little fish, I can't remember what it's called, but I stumbled on it one day on clip art or something, and I'm like, I paid him like $100 to do this. I'm like, holy shit, exactly the same, stroke for stroke.
Really?
Yep. So I left it. I hadn't got busted. Always here, everybody. Hey, Alec. Alex, another one I haven't seen a whole lot lately. I was just thinking, yeah, we may have to go looking for Susie.
I need a towel, Whip.
Uh-oh.
I don't know that I have towels.
Need a towel.
I honestly don't remember if I even made them up. Maybe I did.
Oh, your towel.
I assume. I mean, otherwise, she'd say your towel. She'd said Bob.
I don't have a towel. I saw some speaker once that said that you could spread diseases from your tank to tank by getting your towel wet, like having your hand down in there and then drying it on the towel. And I thought, well, that makes sense, but I've never heard that before, so I stopped using them. I think it was Dee made up some towels and maybe.
That's true. I mean, it could be true. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't, but I have never taken the precaution. I use the same towel to dry my hand every.
Yeah.
I use the same towel to dry my hand every time. So.
That's why you've got that old ick everywhere.
I don't get ick, but I got something going on.
Well, it got me thinking, as I thought, geez, sorry.
Most of the tanks are okay. Look at my poor pike.
Here, let me blow you up here.
Can you see the pike?
No. Oh, the
Oh,
fish.
he just popped up. He just popped up off the ground. He's like right.
Oh, he's almost behind the chair. There he comes.
And oh yeah, is the chair in the way?
There he is.
See how bent he is?
Yeah.
He's he's got something going on. He's got internal parasites or something. Okay. Well, we don't need to see that. You can take me down.
All right. I was reading the snarky remarks down there. Oh, she said, let's get tank towel. Okay. Tank towel is very useful. They are great for cleaning the outside. They are.
I just don't know, June. I don't know. Have you ever got one from anybody from Zazzle? Do they have good material? I don't know if it's as good as like the aquarium co-ops microfiber or whatever. I don't know if it'd be, or if it's just going to be a hand towel with my logo on it.
You know
Thanks,
what?
Larry.
What's really good material, because I didn't do it on purpose, but I made it home with one from the car wash, where you go through and it washes it, but then you can get out and dry it. And they provide Windex and towels and stuff. I made it home with a towel, a small hand towel in my door pocket, and I've used that thing and used it. It's great for wiping off water off of tanks.
Yeah, I gotta. I that was one of my goals today, and I didn't get there.
There he is. He
Oh,
popped.
she makes him right there. Hey, yeah, we were just talking. Were your ears burning?
Must have been.
Dazzle has great towels. Gotcha. How's the biker? Which one? You got two coming your way now, and they're both good so far. I got them living together so that they're used to each other by the time they get to you.
Oh, are you sending backers to?
Baby. I'm either going to send them to her when it starts getting warmer, or I might just hold on to them until the clash, assuming she's going. If she doesn't end up going, then I will definitely mail them.
Yeah, you can say Shady Grady.
Shady. He came up on my show yesterday.
Oh, really? I'll have to go back and watch that.
It was it was like halfway through. Ed was there talking for a while, and then
oh, I'll definitely go look at it. Yeah. What time was the show?
My show, your time it's 3:00, from 3 to 5, basically.
See, I'm at Petco getting ready and driving there, but I have to be there at 1 and then start coming back at 5. So I missed all the cool stuff, but I can go back and watch it. Backer or Basher or Bashir.
I call it a biker only because that seems to be the most commonly used word these days. It used to be bicher, right?
Yeah.
Bicher. Yeah.
I think it's a French word. You kids think I know everything, but I don't. My mother used to say that. No, we don't think that. But I think it's a French word, and then we Americanized it to biker, which makes sense. Yeah, bikers are cool, right? Right, June. Right. Susie's a biker, but I don't know where she's at.
I know. I just texted her. I said, "Let forget about Facebook and just come join us."
I'm holding my camera like this, guys, because my tripods won't hold it in this position, and if I turn it the other way, I can't see the chat. So, and I don't want to impose on the whip or the Susie to have to read all the comments. They would. Biker on a bike. Bashir on a bike. There you go.
Now, she is on. I don't know what kind of issue she's having. She's talking on IM, so she can access IM, which is where the link is. But she said that she can't get onto Facebook to get to the link.
Did you
So
send
I did text it to her, so she has it.
Messenger? That's why she can't get there, because she can't get on Messenger.
But she's talking on it. So how does that work?
Hell if I know. Tell her the link's in the chat. The link is in the chat. It's up at the top. Yeah, do this, do that. I forgot that. The link's in the chat here. You may have to move it down. I don't know. Is anybody able to move it down for her? I guess I could try. You're pinned it before. Oh, it won't go up that high. No. But I should
I
be.
might. You got it?
No, I can't get up that high.
Let me see if I can get it.
Alex says Bashir is derived from an Arabic word, I think. Okay.
Oh, he don't know. He's just BSing.
You think? I start to say one.
You.
He's pretty damn smart. I know that.
I'm sure he knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. He's like Patrick. Don't underestimate him. He can BS, but there we go. No, that's the Tennessee Fish Fam links.
Oh yeah, I put it in there for the
You got it.
anybody. You'll just have to ignore anybody that clicks on that, other than Susie, of course.
Yeah. Now, are you able to tell her? Are you in communication with her?
I'm going to call her right now.
Okay. Hey, Floyd. Thanks for dropping in.
Hi.
Great
Okay.
job, Whip.
Is she in? Do you see her?
Hey, Lori, remember we were talking? Oh, yeah, she's there. Sorry.
Okay, I'm going to hang up then.
Talking to the bird. There she is.
Look at her face. Son of a.
You would not believe what they wanted me to do. So I try to sign into Facebook because that's where the link is. The link to this stream is in Facebook Messenger. They wanted me to match a picture to another picture, not find the motorcycles, but match this to that picture and press the number that's associated with it. What? So I just randomly press 2, no, 3, 4. Like, what do you want me to press? Then I can switch to audio, and it's saying, press the number that's associated with this, and it's gibberish. They're saying submarine flying with black, green, purple. Like, what?
Somebody's probably saying we're going to mess with this lady.
So then I get in because I just keep pressing random numbers. One of them's got to be right one of these times. And this is just to prove I'm human. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. So then I get in, finally get into Messenger, click the link, and it says, sorry, Safari is not supported by StreamYard. Download one of these other things.
Were you on your phone?
No, my phone I probably could have gotten right on just by clicking it.
So how
my phone sometimes has trouble with StreamYard.
I'm like, what is this about? Sorry,
Arabic
guys.
word, but Basir.
Didn't mean to vent, but that was a lot to click one link. That was a lot. I had my daughter FaceTiming me because she says, Mom, you dropped the F-bomb on Facebook.
Yeah, you did.
Did I?
How could you talk to Whip and Messenger if you couldn't?
My phone. So I was responding to him on my phone, like I'm trying to get in, like, and he's like, well, just go bypass Facebook. I'm like, I can't. That's the link.
But I did text. Oh, but see, text wouldn't do you any good either, would it? Because it's still your phone.
I couldn't get it on my computer.
Yeah. I
don't know, man. Susie, you sound like a robot. I think Facebook thought I was a robot. Like, first of all, I don't know any human that could have followed those directions. Like, what does that mean?
Well, just looking at the 15-second clip that you put in the chat, I was like, I don't understand what they want you to do either. I can't help.
Now that alone should have proved that I am a human. Okay, I don't know what you're saying.
Here's your proof.
Hey, Big
Steve. Well, we rehashed the pronunciation of Biker Bashir briefly, but then Alec told us that it's from an Arabic word, and it looks like Larry D confirmed that. But
I usually say any more polypterus because that's a Latin word, polypterus. It's a
I
polypterus.
don't think my mouth parts will say that word.
polypterus.
Polypterus.
Just like
Don't say-
axolotl is axolotl. It's not axolotl, it's axolotl. It's not
Susie,
axolotl.
when people are telling you there's no sound, don't get up on your mic and start going. I'm like, she doesn't know how that looks. I think I told you, didn't I? Yeah,
You did. Oh
vulgar.
my God, the fact that my daughter had to FaceTime me, I think she was at work. Mom, you dropped the F-bomb on Facebook.
what the F did they want me to do?
I'm like, holy cow, that was insane.
So guess what? Guess what?
Yes,
Oh,
what's
I want
the
to hear the
news?
news.
So I am not a breeder, right? I've never even tried to breed other than convicts and guppies, which I don't count because
And people.
I've bred a couple people too. But as far as real fish go, I've never even tried because I keep so many fish together that eggs and babies just get gobbled up. Chicken butt. So lucky stone. I was looking in there today and I'm like, what? Is that a little tiny in my quarantine tank, I had 10 Julie Dichromis Dickfeldi, and I took 10 out and I put them in their forever home. And then today I was like, I think that's a baby. And then I get to looking, and Jason sold me 5. I'm going to butcher the name. Synodontis petricola, I think.
Right. Yeah.
And there are dozens of tiny, like little pinhead-sized white specks cruising throughout the gravel. So I took a picture of it and sent it to Jason. And I said, "Is that Feldi or is that the catfish?" And he goes, "My eyes aren't good enough to see." I'm like, "Mine either." Dang it.
So you don't know which one they are, or is it sea shrimp?
No, these are definitely fish. I can see well enough. They got a body and a tail, and
Gosh.
they're free swimming, but I don't know what they are.
I am so excited for you, Whip.
So
No
yeah,
matter what they are.
in the same tank, in the same quarantine tank. That shows you how long I quarantined.
Well, let
they
me
were in
tell
there
you,
long
that
enough
is how, unfortunately, I multiply my tanks. My quarantine tanks turn into, oh, that's a grow out tank now. I need to set up another quarantine tank.
That is a good point. That means I'm down to 1.
Yeah.
Dang it.
I think that chicken butt's funny. My granddaughter does that all the time when you say, guess what?
Guess
She
what?
has a t-shirt that says chicken butt.
Oh, okay. I'm out of the
I was
woods.
wondering where that was going.
Yeah. Because you said, guess what?
Yeah,
Guess
right,
what?
Dragon.
He said chicken butt. Accidental breeder. Whoop, there it is.
You just leave them together long enough without having other predators in the tank with them, and guess what? They have babies.
Not getting notifications for Susie.
Oh, no. I figured you were outside with your baby dog.
I just figured you didn't like us anymore.
Yeah, I figured he didn't like me anymore.
Because he never comes into my street, ever. Like,
Well,
not even once.
He never comes in here either.
Son of
What was I going to say?
Hey, Lumpy.
A dementia thing. Oh, yesterday, in front of my whole group, well, there were like 5 other volunteers at Petco, a lady comes up and she's looking at cats, and she's seriously looking at one of the cats that I brought. I know. And so anyway, just out of nowhere, randomly, she goes, she's got little girls. Are you Cole Baxter's uncle? You know, I talk about my nephew Cole all the time in here, but I had to say, let me think just a minute. Can you believe that?
Wow.
I know. And I said, "Oh yeah, Cole." She said, I used to work with him, and he told me that you were with the Ark." And I'm like, "Damn, that's bad. Pretty bad."
So you put the link.
Wait. You know what you did.
I never know. I stopped asking people back in the day.
He said he loves you.
Just one more fish.
One more. What's going on?
That's a good stream to hang out on late at night, especially. I usually just lurk and don't say anything.
For man, one of these days I'm gonna stay up.
Does anybody go on so late that it's like 4 o'clock in the morning?
A lot of people are on really. I don't know about 4 in the morning, but like Elfish goes on late. Jeff Pelham goes on late. Adele is always on when I'm sleeping. Now Latoya, what is her Lake to Land? She's been going late. I'm like, man, I am missing a lot of good shows because I'm too busy sleeping. I heard Whip got another nanotech. Nope, I sure did not.
The babies.
There's times I get up at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and after my meditation and chickens, I would love to watch a stream while getting ready for the day, and I just never know if anybody's on.
Yep, just look around. Sometimes Kreger comes on sometimes.
I'm trying to get out of there and I can't. Look at that.
Get out of
It
where?
won't let me, not having something highlighted. You know, if
Just
you reach
click it again. Click it the same one twice.
I did, and it keeps going back up the row, everything that's showing. So,
well, that's weird.
I know. I just wanted to let you know I hadn't completely lost it, but
well, that's no proof.
It won't. I know, that's right.
Susie, what is going on with your hair? Your hair looks fantastic.
There we go. Can I blow you
up?
It's
all
your hair.
I took this off. I usually can't wear it down when I'm around the reptiles or the babies.
Yeah, I put mine. People give even myself. I give people a hard time for wearing the man bun, but she goes into a man bun when I'm in my tanks because
because and it's not even a nice wet.
No, not even a little. All those British and Australians are up. Yeah. So, and I know Craig goes or he used to go like every morning. I catch like the tail end of
it. Right. But I don't see him lately. Is he in here now?
He was, I thought, or he was in yours. Maybe he was in yours. I just saw him
in here yet.
And there was the orange tea that was in mine. I think they were going to come in here. The new guy. I had a couple new people on my stream. I was so excited.
Yeah, Minnie something.
Yeah,
Minnie's in here. Yeah.
Is she here?
She was earlier up there. I spoke to her. She spoke to us.
Somebody must have mentioned my Facebook on their whatever they were doing, because all of a sudden I got a lot of invites to be friends with fish people. Like I got like overnight 30 of them. I'm like, who did what? I just said accept. Like, and we all
am so bad at Facebook.
And I'm like, wow.
I haven't even looked at friend requests in like a year. I should probably go over there just to see.
The only reason I used it, well, I have my own channel, but the Ark, and we keep 5,000 maximum. So it's been a good business tool for us. But
it is a good business tool. I don't like it for the social aspect. I would like it better if it was just for business. But I got to tell you, I get to see updates on people's lives that I don't normally get to see.
Caleb, where have you been? When we're kind of waiting on you, Susie, and puzzling over where you were stuck. I mean, and Caleb Shirley, because Dragon Lair wasn't here, I guess, typed 707 in the chat. I know, and I'm like, well, but Caleb, I haven't seen you in a minute.
Bob, did you blame me for being late?
I
Did he,
didn't.
guys? Did he,
Not-
guys?
Not officially. Hey, you got it off.
The little new parrot was laughing and Whip said you got it off or whatever. She's a mess. Enjoyed being on your stream, Whip. I'm going to go back and watch that. Yeah. I wish
He
you
He
had
said
a
he would love to be on Bob's stream someday.
Huh?
That's what Shady said. He would love to be on your stream someday.
Oh, awesome. How about next Sunday?
You hear that, Shady? Putting you on the spot now. You said it.
Yeah, you went and put it. You put in it now, man.
I never put a guest on the spot. How about next Sunday?
Shady Grady, do you have reptiles? How about Friday?
If you have reptiles, or you could do a twofer. You could do Friday and Sunday.
Yep.
We'll do it.
So
Which day?
Sure.
Jason says to me, he says, you should catch those out and put them in a 10-gallon and try to raise them up. And I'm like, how do you catch out?
Teeny, tiny.
How do you even go about starting
Now
that?
you just turn that quarantine into a grow out tank.
I would definitely, it would be easier for me to pull the,
Yeah,
the
they
four,
obviously like it there, right? They like
right.
it. They were born there. They're still growing. And you're not sure. I hope they're Synodotus. That would be so cool.
They have little what are they called? Little brown shrimp nets, or they're real super fine. And I have one, but they're small. They're real small, so you have to be fast. Well, of course, they can't be too fast, can they?
I wouldn't think. I mean, they're not when they're just cruising. I mean, they just kind of popping around. I mean, the gravel, because I don't use sand. The gravel is 20 times the size.
Yeah.
Jenny Lynn, Jenny.
She's another one that needs to come back. She wants to. She says, but
What, she doesn't ever?
For the show.
Yeah, she likes to eat too much. She likes to have a place to live, so she works.
Yeah, it's always good to have a place where you can go to the bathroom without people looking at you funny.
Right. I won't tell that story. Nope. Some things you don't tell, Bob. No. It was a New York story, so we'll just leave it at that.
As a guy that's worked outside for 34 years, I could tell you some bathroom stories.
Well, I was thinking about this the other day. When we were little kids on my grandmother's farm, my cousins lived there, and there were two boys and then a smaller girl. The boys were older and younger than me, so we were like a clique, of course, cousins. But we would just pee. It was an outside outhouse anyway, so who the hell wants to go in there just to pee down a hole,
Right.
So out in the woods too, and we were little kids. So anyway, we would just pee wherever. It was the common thing. We'd go out and pee off the porch if it was raining, But Lillian was her name, and she started doing that. And she was pretty good at it because we would do the aim things, and we were just little. We didn't know. We had no modesty. And so she had great aim, but her mother, my Aunt Dot, called her and she said, "You all can't do that anymore in front of her." I'm like, hell, you can't have any fun. And we still didn't get it, like, why?
Yeah.
Right.
Just innocent kids. We didn't stop doing it, but we just made sure she wasn't there. We made her go around the house or something. The feline takes my Social Security, right? Me too. Underpass, overpass. Well, let's hope he don't.
That's funny, but it's not funny.
No.
Yeah.
I was so excited. My ex-husband called me or texted me and said, "Do you know that you can collect half of my Social Security?" I was like, "What?" I said, "Will it affect you?" He said, "No." So of course I'm like, this is great, because we were married almost 20 years and I'm not married. So I called and they said they fit everything, but they said, "But you will lose yours and you can only get half of his." And half of his is less than my whole one. I'm like, well, I can't just get half of his too. I thought, great, I'm going to be able to make ends meet. This would be great.
Right. No, you can't stack them.
No, but he did give me hope. If he dies, I can.
I think if you were too young to draw, or you hadn't started drawing, you could. But you're right. They're right.
Well, you're too
Right.
young anyway, right? I mean,
Me?
yeah,
I'm not too young. I'm 65.
I think that's still too young, isn't it?
Nope. I started at 63 and a half.
I started at 62.
Yeah.
I
And
thought you had
the
a-
amount
I thought you
difference
had to be
between
67.
63 and 67 is so 67 you can collect and still make money.
And
I
you get
can't make money. I
get
make
more
money
too.
either way. That's the part I'm missing out on.
Yeah, you might still be able to. You might make more at 67 too, because you've put in more. But it's not going to.
And
And
it's so nominal, and I couldn't get a job after the COVID fiasco. That, like, trying to get a job at, I think I was 63, 64 at the time, was ridiculous. Like,
right.
everybody I was interviewing with, they were retiring and they were my age, asking me, well, what are your plans for the next 10 years? I'm like, suck everything out of your company? What do you mean?
Right.
Like, what do you mean? I'm planning on retiring as soon as I can, counting down the days. I didn't say that, but
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's good that you didn't say it out loud.
No. I taught interview classes. I know how to interview, but I also know when they're
The
saying
thoughts up here cannot pass through here.
That's the only time I'm careful. Otherwise, I got that filter's starting to get broken all the time. Like Bob's, he just spurts things out, you know.
My old boss used to tell us, think about what you're going to say before your upper lip separates from your lower lip. I'm like, yeah,
June, yep,
got
June, yep.
Dennis says he started at 66.
For his fall. Okay.
Susie's
it depends on when you were born. I think I'm on the cusp. Like I was born in 59. So I think if you were born in 57 before, these rules applied. But if you were born this time, these rules, like different rules apply for the year that you were born. It's so complicated.
I got to go to 67, so I still got a long ass way to go. Unfortunately for me.
Now, let me tell you, I am so happy I got a relationship with all my grandkids, able to homeschool Zoe, babysit the other two Tuesdays and Thursdays. If I was working full time, I would miss all this.
Right.
Like,
do you accept any compensation for any of that?
Under the table.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. A family.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I can't do over the table, but because anything I make, they hold back half of that from my Social Security.
Yeah. We're talking about Social Security. I got a letter this week from them that said they needed some information and they couldn't mail out my January check till they got that, and nowhere on the letter did it say what, and it was on Saturday evening, so I couldn't do anything. And I was calling my sister, and I'm like, boy, it didn't take them long to get my money, did it? So paranoid, you know. So anyway,
Social Security was increasing for public servants. Weren't you like a nurse?
That's not really. That's yeah, but I did get the usual cost of living raise, but
no, not that. I mean a real increase.
I don't know. I'll check into that though. I heard something about that too. But anyway, I called them and they said that they had sent me something and it came back. So they had to verify my address. And I'm like, well, I got this letter telling me I was cut off. No problem. So they said, well, let's put your address in again. And so, do you know what? That night, direct deposit, I got an extra check.
Nice.
An extra check. And I wasn't supposed to get one. I already got my check in December.
Well, that's when you put it in your bank and you go.
Maybe that's the increase that they're not saying.
No, it's the exact amount that I normally get. So I'm gonna sit on it just a week or two, but I'm gonna have to let them know.
Sit on it for longer than a week or two because the government's renowned a year later saying you owe us $2,500. What?
Well, they have to give me a tax statement, at the end of the year, and if they see on there it doesn't add up, it's not worth it. Not to mess with with those guys.
They will want it back, right, June? They
Yep.
Yeah, they'll want it back.
Oh,
I'm just letting it sit in there because I like seeing extra money that's not really
Plus,
mine.
it's making you, not much money, but it's still making you money while it's sitting in your account.
Right, better mine than theirs.
Right.
But yeah, I'll have to give that back. My sister said, "You give that back, Bobby Lynn. Don't you touch that." And I'm like, "Dear God,
Hey,
geez,
Nathan.
I have nothing." I'm looking to see. Yeah, they will want it back. I know that. But it was so weird. I'm like, if you knew somebody on the inside, they could just click all the buttons, talk about the buttons. Hey, Nathan. I've got a cat in a litter pan across the room that's really, really active, scratching active. You can probably hear it back there.
Nope.
I don't hear
You got a good
noise
noise
cancellation.
canceling.
Yeah.
His parrot keeps everything. And I've got Terry sitting on the desk because she wants to sit up here and Floyd wants to bite her.
Oh,
It's like daycare. Stay over there because he'll bite your ears. He likes those little black ears. Yeah.
my dogs were so stinking cute today. After they calm down, they act like regular dogs. But when they're not calmed down, they're animals. Understatement. But when they were calmed down, they were being so adorable. I was just like, how can you not fall in love all over again every day? Until they turn into a-holes again.
June, don't ask her to do any illegal stuff then. I've got a new little, changing the subject, I've got a new little foster dog, and a lady saw a video I put on Facebook of all my little dogs while we were at Petco yesterday, and so she messaged about her, and I talked to her today a long time. So she's going to come and meet her Wednesday at Pet Sense. So she'll probably be leaving. She's tiny. She's 6 pounds. Her name's Lemon.
Oh.
She's Yazzie size.
You said 6 pounds?
Yep, 6 pounds.
That's like the size of my cat. That's tiny.
Yep, she's little bitty. She had to have a bunch of teeth removed and cleaning and stuff. So,
teeth removed?
Yeah, she's 5, so they hadn't. I guess they hadn't. At 2 or 3 is when they need their teeth cleaned. Usually, they're like us. They can. My teeth are healthy. I was eating some hard candy the other day and popped my only. What's it? Not a cat, but a crayon. I popped it off, but I'm 69. I don't think I'm going to do anything about it. You can't see it. It's way back in the back. And it doesn't impede.
69. You could be my dad.
I could. I might be your daddy. How do you know?
Oh.
How do you know I'm not?
Because my dad looks just like me, or I look just like.
Or you look like him, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how young are you, Whip?
I'm just kidding. You cannot be my dad. I'm 40. I'm 58. 58 years old.
Almost.
What year were you born?
Really, really, really late 66.
John Bago was born in 66 also. Yeah, you can call me Cougar. Go ahead.
Yeah. My wife is not considerably older than me, but she's more than a couple of years older than me. She says, I'm going for a younger guy this time because the guys always die early. So she wanted to try to even it
up.
Oh, Lumpy Dog, hang in there. Hang in there. That's why I did 62, because the doctor kept saying, you're disabled. And I finally said, okay. But, at 62, most men, a lot of men die in their 60s. A lot of men, not so much women, but
really?
I thought, if I'm hanging out for another $20 a month till I get to 67, no.
Exactly. That's what I thought too. I just didn't know when it was going to happen. I wanted to enjoy what time I have.
I always said my dad's 66. I can't be as old as Whip. You're pretty old though, aren't you, Huawei? Huawei's older than he looks.
Is he? I don't think so. He talks like he's not old.
Yeah, well.
I'm going to guess in the 40s.
That's what I would say, 40s. That'd be my guess.
He's old enough to still get out in the creek with the dog, so young enough, I guess I should say. Embark. Oh,
Dispo is a dispensary. I'm glad they said that because I didn't know what that meant.
I unfortunately, I mean, not unfortunately, but I did know what that meant. Danny V.
welcome in.
Hello, Daniel.
Allegedly, yeah, I always say allegedly.
Daniel, did you just join the Bucks County Aquarium Society? Did I see that spreadsheet correctly? I'll wait till he answers, but I think I saw his name on the Bucks County Aquarium Society, which I'm really excited about.
How many Daniel Velez's can there be?
Well, he said yes.
Woohoo! You know, we got Garden of Eden coming to talk too.
Awesome.
Yeah. Pretty excited about that.
I saw, I get things from the Atlanta Aquatic Association, and I saw where PetTech is going to be doing a thing for them, I guess, this coming month on plants. What am I trying to say? Planting plants in there. What? Aquascape. Jesus. I can't remember the commonest words, and I'm like, what in the world? My mind
Well,
is
you know what that's a sign of, right?
not
Too
enough.
many blows to the head?
Not enough sex. Too many
Somebody
dogs.
told me when Chris Biggs was speaking nearby, and I forgot to put it in my calendar.
He was just at.
Tell me I missed it.
Oh,
Was he just
well,
in Maryland?
you could have made it because you're not that far away, but it would have been a ride. The OCA there in Cleveland.
Oh, no. I think he's speaking in Maryland in the next week. If anybody knows when Chris Biggs is speaking in Maryland.
I bet we could find out.
You know, I asked him way back like 3 or 4 years ago when we first started the Tennessee Fish Mafia stream, if he would come on, and he said, I'll stop in there, because he did come in sometimes. He would speak, and I thought, well, maybe, but I haven't seen him in a while, and I don't want to bother him, you know.
Oh, he's around.
But he has some awesome channels, some awesome stuff, and he's one of those people that just beat us.
Here we go. He is coming to Havre de Grace a week from today. There's the Bucks County Aquarium Society. Thank you, Huawei. A week from today, which is the 9th. I got to put that in, Havre de Grace.
Yeah, and Big Steve saw that too, or knows that too.
Big Steve, can you email me the actual address? Do you have my email? I think you do. Or text me.
What's it called? Bucks County. What is it? Like if I was looking it up on Facebook.
It would be Bucks County Aquarium Society, I think.
Alec, I also got mine back a year retro because I got denied. Then I got a lawyer, and I got denied, and the lawyer said, well, we can request a trial judge, you know, that disability trial judge, and she put stuff on there that I didn't even ask for that I had. I'm like, dang, I am in bad shape. But she gave it to me in a year retro because I had to buy my insurance and stuff that whole year. So anyway.
Yeah, Facebook is Bucks County Aquarium Society. Is that what you're asking?
February 9th, the Elks Lodge.
Elks Lodge. Okay, Elks Lodge.
Well, their page is horrifically out of date. Bucks County Aquarium Society. The last post was April 21st, 2023.
Oh, that's not correct.
They'll catch up.
Elks Lodge.
He sent it through Messenger, which you can't get in.
I can get it on my phone.
Oh, okay.
The group, on the other hand, is happening. But the page, not so much.
Aquarium Club of Maryland.
Thank you, Steve.
Jerry, you're going to have to get down. You're making me distracted. Well, does anybody have any fish news or anything to share or questions? Oh, Whip knows it because he saw my little video at 3 a.m. I got another new fish. You know, I showed Friday that I had gotten that little electric blue Acara. And it surprises me that I'm buying fish because I don't want fish. I'm trying to get my tanks even further down from 20 something. But I got that guy and he's doing great. And I saw a little Sevrum. They call them rainbow Sevrums, but I think they're just green Sevrums. And I saw him and got him. He's bigger than a silver dollar, but I call every fish he. So I did a little video on him. So that's 2 new fish I've got this week. I don't know why.
Because fish are cool.
Yeah.
Way cooler than reptiles.
No.
Well,
No.
They're cool though. They're just as cool.
Sevrums and Geophagus are always my favorite. I can't decide which one or which particular,
that little electric blue Acara you got was pretty cool looking too. I mean, for a surrender, that one was good looking.
Yeah. And they made money off of him because he was $30, but he's worth it. They also had a threadfin Acara, the Geophagus. They used to call them threadfin Acaras, but it was 60. And I thought, I could get me some supplies and some plants and that other fish for 60. So I went with the Acara. Caleb's back. Well, I hope you got your business taken care of, Caleb. He said earlier that he'd been away because he was taking care of some business and now he could get away from it. Electric blue Acaras are very rewarding. Well, Alec, you may remember when they first came out, or even like 10 years ago, I don't think they were genetically stable because I had some of them, and I love just the blue Acaras and the yellows and the blacks. I didn't know there were all those different morphs, but they're really, really cool fish.
I thought that was the blue Jack Dempseys that were not stable.
Yes. Well, I cannot speak to the Acara, but for sure the Jack Dempsey, electric blue Jack Dempsey, for a long time, maybe still to this day, are just genetically flawed.
They are. It is though, Susie, but it was even before though it was the Acara.
The electric blue Acara have been stable since I have had them. Although I did buy 15 of them and I only have 3 left. So maybe not as stable as I was saying.
Well, no, but no.
Hey, Trash Cat.
They used to, hey, Trash Cat, they used to be like the Jack Dempseys, they'd go so far and then they'd fizzle out, or they wouldn't breed, and people were always speculating if most of them were sterile, and just, there were just a lot of unknowns, but they seem to be fine now. So fine that I got that one.
Taylor, you teleported back to Earth.
Susie, I was waiting on you to break into "You're so fine, you're so fine."
You blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Mickey.
You said Mona Mona in your stream, and I said, I bet nobody in here except me knows what you're talking about. It's old songs.
I bet you Dragon Lair does.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody knows that song, though.
Really?
It's played at every wedding ever. Right?
What?
Is that Money? Is that the one you were talking about?
No. Yeah.
Mona. Isn't that the same song?
I don't know. I didn't have it at my wedding. Of course, I didn't have a wedding either.
Well, there you go.
I'm an older
Lodge on Alaska Highway. 84 miles. An hour and a half away. That's not too far for a meeting, is it?
For what now?
For a meeting? For a fish meeting?
So, Alec, that was 10 years ago or a little less. So yeah, it sounds like, that's about right. Because it was since I moved here, and I've been here 25 years. So at some point, it's when I started getting them after I moved here, and I didn't have luck with them. Not the electric blues, but the others were fine. Played at every wedding. That's so cool. That's so cool. All right. What's our time like? It looks like it's right. It just turned
Oh,
out.
yeah. I wasn't even paying attention to that. That was a quick hour.
Well, for me, it was 40 minutes because I couldn't get on.
It was a real quick one for Susie. Yeah. That's all right, Susie. We're glad you made it. So, Whip, what have you got coming up next that we need to see? We need to be in.
What have I got next? Well, if you want to be probably bored out of your minds because you're not a geek, I am playing Dungeons and Dragons on Tuesday, and then Ed's show on Thursday, and then my show is on Saturday at 3 o'clock Eastern, 2 o'clock Central.
Is Ed's show at 8 o'clock still? Or what time?
I want to say
Eastern.
8:30,
Okay.
9:30 your time.
Okay.
Right?
I can't remember. It's been so long. I just don't ever get on.
See, it got screwed up because Primetime Aquatics moved from Wednesdays to Thursdays, which pushed KG Tropicals forward. Now they do a 2-hour show from 6 to 8, and then Primetime goes from 8 to 9:30, and then yes, I think.
Okay, that makes sense.
I think Ed goes on at 8. So he's like, he lost some of his following because they're still in prime time, obviously.
Right.
And then, so he goes from 8:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
Or 8 to 9. I don't remember.
Well, we know.
They tell me when to be there and I'm there.
We know where we can find you, and then we'll see you back here Sunday.
And then I'm here Sunday.
Yeah.
My week starts over again.
Yeah, and you're still invited to Reptiles, but we talked about that. So, if that ever changes, you're very welcome to come and join Susie and Skipper and I.
Oh, okay. You know what? I guess I didn't know that. If you said that, it went straight over my head.
Well, see, that just shows you that even these young people can be forgetful.
Yeah, right.
I think you told me that you had a conflict back then or something, and
it's not a conflict. Like I don't do any shows or anything, but I do go out a lot. We do. Hey, Melvin, we do live shows like for music and whatnot.
Right.
Or date night with the missus.
I guess
we get out when we can get out.
Rather do that than this, I guess. Susie, what do you got coming up going on?
Am I allowed to tell people, Whip, or do you not want me to tell anybody?
Oh, you did already, so it's all good. You did last week, yeah.
I should be getting a computer any day now, any moment now. So I'll be back with videos. I'll be back hopefully with my regular live. My live is so sporadic. My computer is so sporadic. My workload is so sporadic. It's crazy. But I think I'll be back.
Yeah, and if you have any trouble with that, just let us know, and we can get you
well, obviously, I can't even get into Facebook when I want to. Here, I'm telling you, I'm good with computers. I'm like,
Oh, did you see that? What Dragon Lair said, Whip?
Oh.
If I say that out loud, it's very likely that lightning will come right through my house and hit me right on the head.
That's my favorite soundtrack. Favorite soundtrack. Every song, every word must be the time, the era that I grew up in, but that's the best. I used to reenact it with my little brother, whether he liked it or not.
Come on, we're doing this.
I used to make my sisters be Robin so I could be Batman. Made them dress up and everything.
So you got it. Yep.
Susie, I need to get some art volunteer T-shirts, but I'll talk to you about that.
Yes. Oh, I'd be excited to do that. Yep.
Not a bunch of them, maybe 8 or 10, but I
Yeah.
got to pick out the sizes and colors, and we've got our logo.
And you're still on the
Yep.
I got the 4 coming.
Yes, ma'am, sir. No,
Sir.
ma'am. Man. Ma'am.
Either way.
Yo.
I just worked overtime, so I will get as soon as Friday hits. You'll have the money.
You saw that I saw it on Off Broadway. Oh, wow. It was so freaking amazing. So amazing.
I think it had already been on there by the time I moved to New York in the early 80s.
Our church group went as a field trip. And I remember the preacher telling us, hold your bags tight to you, look down, don't make eye contact, follow me, go. And we had to run through the streets of New York because we're all like country bumpkins, like, whoo.
Yeah. Well, right in your neck of the woods, we went to support Hurricane Isabella had just run through back in the early 2000s, and they had called us out to support, restoration. And when we're sitting there in the briefing, they're telling us, now, when you're going into a lot of the areas in Philadelphia, do not look at anybody in the eyes. If you see more than a couple people together, just don't even bother going in there.
Yep.
You're gonna see stuff that you probably haven't seen back home. Like, we literally saw people that had their power cut, and they just went up there with jumper cables and put their. I'm like, what?
Yep.
It works great, I've been told. So. All right. Get out.
What do you got coming up? You got anything coming up?
Me, no. I'm getting over to TikTok. They're sending me messages now about something. I'm over there all the time now, especially now that they brought it back. Yeah. Well, if I'm on, I'm over there. So, or the late, people we talked about earlier. So, all right. Yeah. Friday Reptiles, and then Saturday back here or Sunday back here with you guys, hopefully. So.
All righty. Maybe I'll, if I'm not doing anything on Friday, I'll pop in.
Yeah, please do. I'll send. I think you're in our group, aren't you? The Reptiles.
Well, yeah, if it's one group for both, yeah, then yes. But not if you have a separate Reptiles one. I'm not.
I'll add you on there right now. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Susie. Thanks, everybody. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Thanks, mods. Good night. End stream.